We on?
Wait, I'm just trying to get this one.
Oh, I love the cooling vest. We're going to, I'm going to back this up in there.
I think I did the wrong one. Fuck.
So we're closer. Uh-oh, you want to help her with?
It's wait.
Uh-oh, uh-oh, stay
It's
tuned, folks. We're going live. Live from the
this
Hive.
one, no.
Good morning. Are we on something here? We're on
Oh,
something,
you
that's
just
for
did
sure.
emergency call.
Thank God it's legal.
You're
now.
on
Yeah.
Oh no, my face is on YouTube. I'm sorry. They're all looking up my nose right now.
Oh,
There
that's
we
all
go.
right. That's all right. Good morning, everyone. Morning? Is it still morning? No, it's not. It's afternoon somewhere. Cooling vests are us. Good morning, everyone. Holy God, good morning somewhere. Well, here we are. Killer bee removal experts at your disposal. I mean service. God, what the hell? That was funny. I don't care who you are.
Lole.
I really don't. I don't give a shit. We're at the base of the Huachuca Mountains today. We have a water meter box. And this guy has an
I will. I'll
absolutely
let him know.
beautiful place. Oh my God. I'm Reed Booth, Killer Bee Guy. We got Hosh waiting with all sorts of wonderful accoutrements for some killer bee removal action. And we got Trez on the, oh no, you're gonna say good morning. Say good morning. Do it. Do it now. Say good morning.
Good morning.
Good. Oh, say it again. Okay. More enthusiasm.
Good morning.
Good morning. There you go. That's Trez. Okay. So, anyway, so it's a beautiful day. We had a downpour. Holy shit! Last night, Hosh had goat floaters.
Oh yeah.
Hosh had goat floaters, right? You said you were out at like 11 p.m.
Oh yeah.
with goats up to their asses
Yeah.
in water. It rained so much. What'd you get? A couple inches in like 20 minutes or something?
Yeah. Well, you know, it's the flash flood there coming through,
Right, right.
coming
And
off the mountains.
coming off the mountain. It was a major deluge. It was incredible. Even up on the mountain where I am, it was unbelievable. I'm surprised it didn't wash the drive out.
Yeah.
I really am.
Yeah.
Would have been using the backhoe for something different this morning. You know, it was alarming.
Hello, hello.
So the monsoons are on, everyone, and it's building again. We got the beautiful Huachuca Mountains. You're going to see those in a second behind us. I'm going to back the fire truck up closer up the driveway here, and we're going to go chase some bees, everyone. These guys are smart. There, they have their bee suits on. Got my cooling vest. Oh my God! And that'll allow a lot of people to get on with us and get ready for some killer bee action. I'm backing the truck up. Welcome, live from the Hive.
I will let him know the barbecue sauce will be in tomorrow. Yes, I'll let him know that. What's today? Friday. So yeah, the post office will still be open for a little bit. Our post office is only open for a short amount of time here in Bisbee. Well, actually, we are in Sierra Vista. And look at this beautiful mountains. Aren't they gorgeous? Lovely, lovely spot. Here comes Reed. And I'm gonna go and get into the shade so these don't burn up.
Right on.
Arizona. So this is where we're going to, folks.
So that's where they are. Now, you know, I saw a video of a guy this morning flipping one of these lids without a suit on. And he claims he does all live removals, etc. He flips this
They love
lid,
water meters.
and then he walks away. They all came boiling out of there. He walked away. When you're watching these other bee people, pay close attention to what they do not show you. Pay attention to what they don't show you. The truth, the actual truth of the situation lies in that stuff. Africanization is on the rise. Honeybee Africanization is on the rise all over the United States. These things are dangerous, and honeybees are invasive anyway. So the fact is, really, we just got to get rid of these things. And if you're relocating honeybees, even if they're not Africanized, congrats, you're relocating an invasive species that competes with our native pollinators. and additionally actually does a really poor job of pollinating the plants. Anyway, Lee's coming here. Do we want to go over and get with him?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And folks, I just like to point out the beautiful landscaping of this yard here. Lots of native plants which encourage native pollinators, and I actually saw some in some of the yuccas, and it's real nice to see people landscaping with native plants.
We got the Killer Bee Nation on.
We got Killer Bee Nation on.
We got the Killer Bee Nation on.
I was going into the shade because the sun is brutal.
The sun is brutal. We got the cooling fans from Don and everybody else, actually. Huh? They're not on. No, they're not on. We have to figure out the clamps for them. Now, they clamp on, but we can figure out how to get them to stay on our holder. So they're going to work, though, I can tell, because they are really amazing.
Yeah.
They're going to give me huge muscles.
They're rechargeable, and they're going to weigh an extra little bit so that Trez will be like Popeye and olive oil all in one. That was funny. I don't care who you are. All right, what do we got? Did you take a check on it? You got a pry bar?
Yep.
We are ready to go.
We got a putty knife?
I have a putty knife.
Good Lord, you got the prop. No, we don't need that. All right, well, let's go see what's going on, guys. Here they come.
Beautiful landscaping.
Hey.
Top-notch landscaping.
Killer bees. Killer bees. This is absolutely beautiful out here. This is such a great part of town. Absolutely love it. And, yeah, we're going to go see what's going on. When we got here a little bit ago, the landscape guys were here. And I looked at them and I said, you guys know where the bees are? And they went, oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. And I said, are you leaving? They said, oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. We're leaving.
Look at this.
Uh-oh, what do we got?
There's a
Uh-oh.
lot of guard bees. Look at all this.
A lot of guard bees?
Ooh.
What are they doing down there?
I don't know.
What in the hell are they doing down there? I don't understand. But what are they doing? They're usually just up here, right?
Yeah.
I think we might need to move that rock.
Oh God. Well, maybe it looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, right?
Holy shit! What's under there?
Nothing?
Nothing, they're just hiding.
It was a porch,
Yeah.
right? All right. Well, let's go ahead and pop that thing off. Now we're not really in the neighborhood, so let's get. Well, there it goes. Hosh has got it lifted up. We don't know how long they've been there, everybody. Oh my God! Oh, he's right behind you.
I'm onto
He's
you.
right behind
I
you.
see you.
Holy shit! Look at this. Oh my God! Look at this. Hosh, pure honey.
Yeah.
Look at this, everyone. Now this is brood comb, which of course is where they raise the babies. They've been here for months and months and months. I want to show everybody this. This is the most beautiful comb. Okay, we're doing gymnastics here, at least Hosh was. This is incredible, and this is such a good example, everyone. Boy, these landscape guys knew what they were doing. They're like, no, we're out of here. This is all pure honey. This is such beautiful honey. You can tell it's a wildflower mix. Look at how dark it is. Look at that, Hosh.
Yeah,
Isn't
thick
that
that
beautiful?
is.
Look at that. You see that?
Yeah.
Trez, isn't that
I'm gonna
beautiful?
get really
Can you smell it?
close.
Can you smell it?
Oh yeah.
You know something? My buddy who owns the place here, he said that he was walking by and there was a breeze that came down against the wall and came in this way. He could smell it. Wow. I understand. It smells so strong. It almost, if I didn't know better, it smells like pecan almost. It's just that strong, the wildflower mix. So this is a good example of brood comb, which is where they raise the babies, which is, of course, what Hosh's chickens get, and pure wildflower honey. I mean, what a deal. Look at this. That is all incredible. And look at how it's not even that deep. And it did have a rat's nest in it. This is all rat shit here. But this is just incredibly beautiful honey. I doubt it'll make it back intact to the ranch because it's hot out. But it'll be good Viking honey. They're not that nice. I mean, I'm glad the landscapers didn't piss them off. Wow, look at that. Pure honey and pollen. We got some pollen in there. So what we're going to have to do, of course, is scrape this off. And I already told him, when you have a situation like this where bees are...
Look at all that breed.
Well, they were kicking out swarms.
We're getting a lot
You're
of
going to have bees
recently.
being born in here.
Yeah.
We're getting a lot of
breed
brood,
these
a lot of chicken feed for Hosh's chickens.
More.
They're kicking out swarms.
Yep.
They're kicking out swarms. That's what they're doing. So he's separating the honey and the pollen from the brood. Is there any? I don't see any queen cells. Well, there's an old one right there. When you have a lid like this, it's recommended. We'll treat it and everything like we always do. This is a full-on hive, everybody. I mean, there's 50, 60,000, maybe 70,000 bees in here.
How long do you think they've been here for?
Oh, months? Yeah. 6 months, 8 months,
yeah,
a year. Yeah, to build this completely full like that.
Look at this.
Look at that. Look at how dark that wax is.
Yeah. These
that's
are aggressive bees.
Yeah, they're aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about a 3.
Yeah, about a 3. Yep. It's not a 5, that's for sure. But you know why? Because it's hot out. What we determined is when it's 105, which it's not. This is absolutely beautiful. It's like 82 degrees. Heaven. Still got the cooling vest on. Thank you, Don. Look at that. More brood.
Yeah.
Mostly brood. What's on the other side? Is that?
Pollen.
Yeah, a little bit of pollen.
No, it's
When it's super hot, we have to remember their home. All of this, each one of these cells is a canning jar for bees or a nursery, and it's made of wax. So when it's 100 or 105 or 110 or even warmer, every single bee has to be in fanning each cell so that their home, their nursery, their pantry doesn't melt. It's made of wax, everyone. So they are, when it's 105 degrees, that's why the last few jobs we've done, they haven't even been a 3, they haven't even been a 2, right?
Yeah.
They
These guys are spicier, though.
These guys are spicier for sure.
There's the spicier bees.
That's a spicy bee ball. Wait, that's what I had the other day. I had a spicy bee ball. Didn't anybody get to see
I
it?
just love it when they're crawling on my
I
nest.
saw that one right by your ear.
I know. I was like, hello.
And is that on the inside?
No, don't see
Are
that.
you sure? I think there's one on the inside of Trez's. I'm just screwing around.
He likes to fuck with me.
So this is, he's going to scrape it down as good as we can and then coat it. We're going to have to be careful coating in here because this is electrical
Pick a one
stuff.
that really wants to get in here.
This is like water control for, looks like sprinklers. I don't think it's lighting. I think it's just an electric control. I honestly don't know. But we'll have to coat. What we do, as you guys know, is we coat with the automotive undercoating because it masks the pheromones the best that you can, so that new bees won't move back in. But I really recommend, we'll do that, and then we'll have to put the lid back on in case it rains. But we don't. I recommend replacing. Go to Home Depot or Lowe's and get a new lid. That's just all there is to it, because these are cheap, and if you get a brand new one, it's got no pheromones. Where he's scraping this down, God, that's beautiful, isn't it?
That is really nice.
Look at how beautiful this is, everyone. Pure. Now, this is the rarest comb in the world, and I tell you, I say that because it is wild-crafted, Africanized honeycomb, Africanized killer bee honeycomb from this hive only. When this is sold, it's gone. It'll never, ever be replaced. So that's why I always say this is the rarest honey in the world, because it is. It only comes from this one location, this one hive. This blend of flowers that made this nectar, that made this honey, exists only here, nowhere else in the world. Each neighbor has different stuff, and so that's why I always say this is the rarest in the world, because it is. Safe statement. So these guys have calmed down a little bit now, which is just fine. Fine with us. We'll get into spicy ones, as you guys know. I mean, there's no problem with that. But this is a prime example of just not noticing or letting. What do you got? Oh, look at them all gathering right there. You know, if we hadn't lifted that rock up, I would swear there's something underneath it. I mean, seriously, cause look at this hose. Look at how they're just a shitload.
Yeah, they're all about that.
They're all. I wonder if there's an entrance down there. There's got to be a door down there.
Right.
There had to be the porch.
Like,
They're hanging, they're hanging on the porch,
Yep.
yeah.
right? Would you grab that tool there, Tris? Thanks.
So again, everybody, like I said earlier, watching other bee guys do hive removals.
Oh, Jesus.
Pay attention to what they don't show you.
the rest of the
attention
story.
To what they don't show you. Every cut's a lie. And what I mean by that, that's actually a term from film. When you're filming, every time you cut, that means
Right.
there's something you're not seeing.
That's right.
Pay attention to what they're not showing you.
Right. We don't cut. We show you everything, including when my ass gets covered with bees. If
Yeah.
you missed that video,
Yeah.
you really, it's not recommended for anyone. But at the same time, you've got to see it.
No, it's great.
Oh my God, we just never know from job to job what the hell we're getting into. Man, that was the I had a cojones that was the biggest cojones in the universe.
One of them.
One of them. Thank you.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous because for some reason the other day we were in a shed. There were 2 hives under there. I don't know if you saw the vid or not. 2 hives, and it was kind of like, here's a piece of plywood, and I had it up like this, and I'm scraping the comb, and there was a herd of bees. I guess the queen decided they liked me, and they started coming up this side, kind of like a highway from hell. And I'm just scraping away, blah, 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 talking away, and all of a sudden these guys start giggling. And then they start laughing, and then they make me stand up, and then they make me bend over. It's like, doctor, well, they decided that I was the queen because the queen had to be on me, and it was beyond me. That's what it was. What do we got now?
It's all in that, concentrated in that corner.
That corner. I'm gonna go out and do a little
thinking-
scoop and see if there is.
Her-
You know, we never
her
see a
high
queen.
knees
We
is
never
in
look for
there.
one. We
Her-
don't care.
Her high knees is in there.
The Royal Highness.
Her high
No,
ass.
my Heine's Highness is in there. Now I'll be able to see her if she's in here, even amongst all that, because I've seen so many over the decades. Even though now I don't see any. When I kept bees, of course, I've seen them all the time. That could be, nope. You just never know where the hell. Look at this. I'm not going to allow that again. They were going to climb up and roost on my head or something. Crazy bees, silly bees. So very straightforward. Now, even they were a 3. You guys saw that. They're calming down now. Do not be mistaken. There are 2 things here. And even the owner, he was like, well, I only see a few coming and going out of there. That is quite the illusion, because where there's smoke, there's fire. And it's really hard for people to believe that when you have like them coming and going out of here like that, that's the airport, not the city. That's the loading dock. That's all it is. And here you got 60 or 70,000 bees in here with their whole city. There's a whole city in here. But they're coming in here, landing, coming back from work, and then fresh ones going out to get more. And so that's the loading dock. The second thing is their immediate behavior. People say this to me all the time. They can't be Africanized. They haven't tried to kill anyone. That means nothing. That doesn't mean anything. It's genetic. And the problem with it is you can't trust them. You just never know what's going to set them off or why. And so I've come up with this new thing. They are a huge bomb with a short fuse. And you don't know what's going to light that fuse. That's the problem with it right there in a nutshell. So this is really straightforward. You know, a lot of times we have to get these done, wrap them up. And I'd like to take a minute to have a word from our sponsor. Hi, it's me, our sponsor. Anyway, well, that was enough for me, wasn't it? No, anyway. If you guys want to get some honey, go to killerbeeguy.com, please, and try this honey. And thank you so much to everybody on YouTube that has become members. Oh my God, it helps so much. And to everybody, all the Killer Bee Nation and family that's sent us the cooling vests, and the Don sent us all this, the fans, and Tom and Lee, thank you so much. And all the articles. If there's something happening in your area, we're in the country or in the world, we have fans on from Scotland and England and all over the place. If you hear of massive bee attacks or really ornery bee attacks, please send them to killerbeeguy@gmail.com, because we're going to have a session where the 3 of us sit down. It'll be story hour from hell. And we're going to read articles and converse with you guys about all of these current events in the country and around the world of bee attacks that are unexplained, let's call it. They're way too aggressive. Oh, was it because of the humidity? Was it because they got up on the wrong side of the bed? No, it has nothing to do with that. They're genetically Africanized. Africanized bees are in all the lower 48 states now. And Canada. They're in Alberta. It was Tennessee, wasn't it, Hosh?
Yep,
Yeah.
Tennessee's 100%.
100% of the feral bees in feral hives in Tennessee are Africanized. That's from the Department of Ag in Tennessee. So, you know, it's just the way it is. The denial's got to stop. And on top of that, of course, it's hard for us to not get emotional about native pollinators. Because these guys flying around right here and that we're knocking down, they're not native pollinators. Not just because they're African hives, no. It's because they're honeybees. That's right. There were no honeybees, period, of any type or style or whatever, in the state of Arizona before 1872. None ever. There were none in the Western Hemisphere before the early 1600s.
Yeah.
None.
None in California before 1854.
1854 in California. They got there before here in Arizona because of the gold rush. People shipped them on trains. There are actual, what was did you say there's correspondence from?
Well, there's two. There's letters from colonists
Right.
writing to England
Right.
and saying send so many bee boxes, etc.
From England
In
because
addition
there
to
weren't
that.
any.
Yeah, and in addition to that, there are ledgers of ships, what the ships are
Well, of
carrying
course.
with them.
Yeah.
Over.
Right.
And it's bee boxes.
Bee boxes
so
on
this
ships,
This was
bringing
an
them
old
over.
thing.
And Native Americans hated them so much here, they called them white man's flies. That was the nice bees, for God's sake. So honeybees are invasive to the Western Hemisphere. Now, it's a real serious problem, and we're getting very passionate about it. Hard not to get emotional, because people get emotional with us. They just ream us a new one. They're like, oh, you're killing bees, and a lot of the other stuff out there on YouTube and TikTok and all that, it's just fakery, because they're not telling you the whole truth, and they're relocating these damn things.
Well, they
Why?
say they are.
They say they are.
This
I
is
agree.
one of the things that goes
They
on.
say they are.
There's a lot of people pretending to relocate bees. They're not. They're often
And they're just
off
playing on
camera.
sympathy of people that don't understand that honeybees are invasive. We know you guys are smarter than that once you realize and understand that honeybees are invasive and are hurting our native pollinators and our native plants, actually. We can go into that later. They're not only doing that, but why would you relocate and perpetuate and support a non-native invasive species that is hurting our native pollinators? It's baffling to me. So the romance has got to stop. It's over. And if you want to, don't keep bees in your backyard. A lot of people still think that they need honeybees in their backyard for their garden. No, you don't. We're not getting rid of them. We're just trying to educate people to not keep perpetuating the problem. A honeybee hive, one hive will forage in a 3-mile radius. So I don't care if you live on the top of a mountain out here, there are beehives around you. And so if you have a garden, I don't care where you are, your neighbor has a shed that has bees under it, you don't need to keep a beehive in your backyard to pollinate your garden.
Well,
It's going to happen.
What about the crops, Reed?
Oh, well, no, the crops, that's a different story. Honeybees are absolutely necessary for monoculture, for big ag, for where you have 1,000 acres of one type of plants. Almonds, blueberries, melons, whatever it is that they bring these honeybees in to pollinate so they get a crop. That is, yes, it is necessary for that, absolutely. But not for our native plants and not for your little garden. Native plants are actually, these bees are enemies of them. They should not be pollinating them. It's horrible for them. There's a bunch of different reasons, and when we'll go into all this when we have a sit down with the three of us, Hosh and Trez and I, with reading current events for one thing, and also going into more specifics on the native pollinators and the how the native plants are not benefiting from these guys. But our point right now is, we're going to wrap this up. We're about getting her done here. Is please don't keep bees in your backyard. You're hurting the native environment wherever you are in the Western Hemisphere. I don't care if you're in Colombia. I don't care if you're in Canada. It makes no difference. So please don't do it.
Yeah, if you want to keep bees, move to the UK.
Yeah, they're native.
If you want to
they're
keep
from there.
honeybees,
Yeah.
I should say.
Honeybees. If you want to keep honeybees.
Move to the UK.
You want to keep mason bees, you're fine. Then go ahead and do it. But honeybees are native to Europe, Asia, Africa. Absolutely. They're not here. They're horrible for our environment here in the Western Hemisphere. So all this bullshit that's happening on the social media with these beekeepers that are relocating, it's got to stop. They are perpetuating a serious problem. What do you got? Wow,
No,
look
I'm
at
just.
scraping her up.
Yep.
Right on. So anyway, you guys, this is really awesome. Thank you so much. Thanks for all your support. We love you guys. Go to killerbeeguy.com and get some honey. I'm going to have Trez say goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye.
Okay, say it again.
Goodbye.
Okay, now look bored. That was good. That was good. Okay, now say goodbye again. Oh, she's got a bee in her net.
No, I don't. It
You're-
just looks like.
You're not. Is that on the inside?
No. It's not on the inside.
Okay. The enthusiasm is overwhelming. So heartwarming. Well, Hosh, you want to say goodbye?
Yeah, listen, everybody, if you got a water meter box or some kind of thing on your property like this and you got bees coming and going, you got to get rid of them. They're not just honeybees, they're probably killer bees. Killer bees are all over the south, all over the southwest, all over the southeast. They're all over Texas. And I don't care what anybody else says, you got to listen on this. Honeybee Africanization is on the rise all over the United States.
Yep.
We're at 20% in Pennsylvania. The numbers are going up and up and up. These things can live where they're cold. And again, like we said earlier, honeybees are invasive species anyway. They don't belong anywhere but on big, big orchards, big agriculture. So if you see honeybees, they don't belong there. They're not going to help your yard out. They're hurting your yard. Anyway, later on, everybody, thanks for being with us, and we'll see you on the next job.
See you guys. I mean, this is like 70,000 or more. I mean, this